Hello, my name is Neal Short, and I'll be doing my project on the social aspect of video games, which is a topic that's very near and dear to my heart. I've been a gamer my entire life, and I've been bullied for being a social outcast or a nerd in school. But I wanted to share a personal story about myself and the social aspect of games and how that's changed my life. Most of my friends I found through games. Even my wife I found on a video game. We played together for years, got married, and the social aspect of video games is sometimes overlooked. We all think of those nerds in their caves, being social outcasts, not really going out in the sunlight, but there's a huge social aspect to playing games. And it's not just the nerds that play games. Nowadays, almost everyone plays games. Even the jocks, they'll play their games. The sports guys, they'll play sports outside. They'll get tired, they go inside. They might even play the same sport on a console, on the couch with their guys. And another huge aspect of gaming is the accessibility. Nearly everyone can play a game, no matter what's wrong with them physically. They can usually hold a controller or even a VR headset if they're paralyzed. It all works out. So, on the topic of friends, we all look for people who share the same common interests as us. We normally gravitate towards that. We spend time with each other doing those certain pastimes, and we share experiences with it. That's what friends are about. Of course, there's huge followings behind certain games, and all the people behind that, they play the same game, they talk about it, they find out someone plays the same game, they'll talk to each other, become friends, play that game together. There's meetings for games that are big enough, and even if it's a single player game, you could play your game, maybe your friends play the same game, you talk to them about what happened to you, bad to good. They tell you that part was really bad. You just have to get through it. There's a cathartic, therapeutic part about that. And there's nothing better to me than spending an afternoon with your friends, sitting around a TV, playing a game together. To me, sports are boring. You sit and just watch. Why not play yourself? So that's really amazing part of being a gamer. And they don't even need to sit next to you. There's games where you play with people who are possibly on the other side of the world, like me with my wife. She was on the other side of the planet, but games, they remove that barrier of distance, and you could play with anyone. And usually, when you start out, you're by yourself. You don't really know what you're doing. You've got to learn the game. Maybe you help someone out, become friends. They introduce you to their friends. Before you know it, you're just a big group of people who all share the same common interests, who just want to play together. And that's what you do. You just log on every day, play together. It's There's really an amazing social community around games and in games, either through the game itself with guilds or just freely happening. And with sports, it's almost the same thing. People, they congregate, they share an interest. Maybe they emotionally invest themselves in the same team as someone else. They meet, they become friends, they go to gatherings. It's the same thing with games. You meet your friends, you might talk about professional play, maybe it doesn't even interest you, maybe you just play it for fun. But the aspect of games, the professional aspect, is really huge. Not as huge as sports, but it's getting there. And of course, when your team wins, it's amazing. The feeling's amazing. It's like your sports team won. You're so emotionally invested. Your friends are emotionally invested. You all cheer together. It's huge. And of course, the same's true when you lose. When your team loses, when you lose, emotions run high. And usually people break the closest thing to them, whether that be their computer or a controller. But the bad and the good come with everything. And no matter how bad something happens or does happen to you in a game, you could tell your friends about it. It becomes a story. Stories are huge. You're emotionally invested into it. You tell your friends. They find the stories amazing, whether it be bad or good. The same is true for sports. If your team loses, well, then you got shoulders to cry on. And usually there's plenty, because there's always so many people there that share the same interest that you're there with. And when something bad happens, then you all got to help each other out. And nowadays on phones, nearly everyone's playing a game. You might see someone on the bus or the train or something playing the same game. You say, "What's up? How's it going? I play this game too." You're nearly instantly friends because of this common interest. So, in the end, we're social animals. We have been since the dawn of mankind. And whether that be playing a game together or in a game around the world, we get the same fulfillment. Thank you.